Who could pop and who could stop it? And I'm back. Yeah. Salute to y'all, man. We got some real stuff to talk about today. We got a lot going on today, a lot planned. And yeah, we about to get right into it. It is hot. Man, it's hot. Let me know where y'all at and what the temperature is. It is hot as hell, man. We are at the peak of summertime. And if you're anywhere near the South, whew, Lord be with you. Lord be with you. Because in the South, you got to worry about all the humidity, and it might be 90, but it feels like 200. Miss Boss Lady in the building. Salute. Salute. Miss Boss Lady, where you at? Is it hot there? Is it like hot as hell, or is it bearable? We got some topics for Ohio. Okay. Yeah, it might not be too bad then. It might be bearable. We got some topics for today. We'll be talking about Jeffrey Epstein some more. And we'll also be talking about like the Epsteins of the world that on a much smaller scale, they get caught every day. These dudes get caught, but I think it's funny, like all the content that YouTube allows here, you know, like you go on YouTube, you could find like damn near videos of people getting shot. I mean, not so explicit as you would see on Twitter/X, but you know, like you see all types of stuff on YouTube. But then like when it comes to certain things like schmex trafficking and these preds, things that are like important issues to us, like that affect our children, our youth. Salute, Satisfying P. Shay B in the building. Salute. I find it odd that YouTube like tends to block that kind of content when like that content should be promoted to the max. These people should be exposed. If you're going like intentionally to meet minors with intentions of having sex, there should be no privacy to that. I don't care that, you know what I'm saying, like you got to go to work. That I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't be doing shit like that, you know? But y'all all remember MSNBC Dateline with Chris Hansen. Fortunately, a newer generation has taken over his work and has continued to catch predators. And I love it. I love it. Somebody has to do it. As you come in, please double tap the screen and hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. Ari Lee Ray in the building. Salute. But these type of catches or whatnot, I'm glad that somebody has picked up on his work. You feel me? Because it for a long time, it became like a lost, I'm not going to say art. It became a lost field. And the story has it that Chris Hansen was canceled because he actually caught like a government official in one of his pred catches. They said he caught a government official and was getting ready to expose him. And all of a sudden, guess what? Cut. No more Chris Hansen. Now he has a YouTube channel with like a few 100,000 followers or whatnot. But still, it's just like, yo, here we are again going back to the Epstein Files. And why no one from the Epstein Files has ever been convicted outside of Epstein. It's crazy. Rob, salute. C-Bot in the building. Shay B. It's just crazy to me that like they let these people roam freely. You got these low-level crooks that are on like sex offender registries or whatnot. And fortunately, we can go and we can, you know what I'm saying, spot them out if they're in your neighborhoods or whatnot. But there's so many more on so much higher scales that aren't. They just run around here like regular folks. And that's not cool. We don't rock with that. So shout out to the young dudes that's out there and females that's out there setting up these sting operations, how Chris Hansen used to do back in the day. Because a lot of these preds, they are being caught. And I mean, if y'all remember Chris Hansen, like, of course they had a little comedic value to it. which adds to the content. But man, some of these dudes are just sick, like literally sick. It's crazy. Like when you see these dudes get caught and the stuff they say in these chat logs, like that they want to do to these young girls and these young boys, it just reminds me of the evil world we live in and the Epsteins of the world that have all the money, all the power to do these things on such a larger scale. These are preds that are going out there looking to meet up with like a single child or whatnot. We're talking about Epstein and all the participants, Trump, Naomi Campbell, different people, Whoopi Goldberg, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, all these people that are allegedly on this client list. I got to make sure I say allegedly, whatever. All these people that are allegedly on this client list, and they just get to roam around freely, doing whatever the hell they want, untracked. We don't know what the hell they're up to, right? Why the hell aren't they convicted, yo? Why the hell are y'all still hiding this list? Because in my mind, it's like a complete admission of guilt. If you're mad like Trump, y'all know I rock with Trump. I like some of the decisions he was making, some of the things he was saying in his campaign. But as of recently, Trump, I got a lot of issues with you, bro. I got a lot of issues with you. First off, like you cutting back on like, I understand like you cutting back on like food stamps and stuff like that, like for the people that have been milking the system and taking advantage of it. But you got real life people out here. Salute, AP. You got real life people out here that are elderly, that need their medication, and you're cutting back on government programs like Medicaid. And you're so willing to do that, but the moment we ask you for something in exchange, give us the list, you get mad. You want to have an attitude. Like, do y'all see how sassy Trump been acting? He been acting sassy as hell. Mr. Nice Guy, clearly I'm talking to the audience. Trump been acting sassy as hell. Like every time he's asked about the Epstein list, he got like a smart retort. Like he come up with something like, why y'all still asking about him? Well, nobody cares. Nobody cares. He's a creep. He's a creep, right? But y'all were like damn near best friends. You didn't know he was a creep? When y'all used to hang out, he didn't. Come on, bro. Like just think about like ladies, think about when y'all talking to a guy or whatnot, and y'all go over there with your homegirls, or y'all in a group chat. Y'all might send a picture or whatever just to show your homegirls like who you talking to. And fellas, same with y'all. You talking to somebody new or whatnot, you might have your let's act it out. You with your homies, you know what I'm saying? You talking to a new girl or whatnot, and you proud of her. You proud of, you know what I'm saying, who you talking to. So you like, yeah, yo son, check it out, son. Yeah, she nice, right? And same with the ladies, you feel me? Trump was best friends with Epstein. I don't think that there's like, you know what I'm saying, like a possibility that he didn't know what the fuck Epstein was about. You knew, bro. You knew. Epstein over there, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all sitting at the diner. Epstein over there, he slides you his phone. He like, look, Trump. And then it's a little 13-year-old girl on it. Or like, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of them all in a picture. Trump, you knew. Don't act like you clueless, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Facts. So did Clinton. They were a part of it. Allegedly. Allegedly. They were a part of it. They were in on it. Y'all know what the hell was going on. So when you sit here and you try to pretend like, you know what I'm saying, like now you're saying, oh, nobody cares about that creep. You cared about him. You cared enough to spend a lot of time with him at least. What does that say about you? If you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Hit the like button on your way in. We're talking about the new generation of pred catchers and how like it all ties into the Epsteins of the world or whatnot, but just on a much smaller scale. And I'm glad that the youth, these young guys are taking the initiative to carry on Chris Hansen's work, because Chris Hansen was one. You feel me? Now there's so many. I know at least about 10 different channels. And the funny thing, sidebar, the funny thing about these prayer catchers, right? A lot of these dudes that get caught up on these shows, they're actually like subscribers to the channel they get caught up on. So it's like they're hip to what goes on, and they still fuck around and participate. They just can't help themselves. They even got like nicknames for CP. And just think about it. You know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about CP. They even got nicknames, like, so they go around the internet like requesting, like, instead of saying like the actual acronym for CP, they'll say cheese pizza. Like, that's how gross these fucking dudes are. And some females. That's how gross they are. Like, they literally have little online societies. The same way we all are attached to our different sectors, they have their own sectors of the internet, in which this is what they do. Like, there's even a ring of, I'm trying to find YouTube appropriate words. Y'all know I'm still getting used to this. There's rings of these preds or whatnot that go into like discords and make like discords for like Roblox. How many of us have kids that play Roblox? They're literally seeking out our children, trying to lure our children from their homes. Luckily, you have these people out here that are carrying on the work of continuing these sting operations. Okay, you being hella distractive, you Diddy defender, you freak off wannabe frequenter. Let's get you the fuck out of here, you stupid. You about to make me wild out on here. Yeah, Pizzagate. Yeah, right. But literally, you got people out here that are sitting on these apps, literally seeking out young girls and young boys. The same way me and you go to work, and the same way me and you, we take care of our families and we're out here trying to provide, these people do this like it's a 9 to 5. These people are at work doing this. These people, some of them are at home. They don't have anything to do. They don't have nothing going on. They're doing this. You feel me? And it's crazy. I actually have a job. I'm actually taking a break. So salute to the haters or whatnot. Notice when we talk about certain topics or whatnot, it brings some of the guilty out of the bushes. You feel me? The naysayers to these certain topics, it always makes me kind of look at you funny, because it's like, okay, why are you so against us speaking on this topic? Are you in a Roblox server? Are you seeking out young girls and boys? Otherwise, I don't see why you have an issue with this topic. Right now, we're talking about protecting our children, okay? And if you're not here from that, or if you're not here for that, you can go ahead and see yourself out. Find the exit. You feel me? You know there are groups of youths and also hunting youths, right? Which are also connected. I mean, I don't know too much about that. You feel me? I'm not catching your drift or where you going with that. Right now, we're talking about grown folks or whatnot, like youth that are, you feel me, trying to meet up with youth. That's not the issue at hand that we're talking about. We're talking about grown people that are trying to statutory grape the youth. Like, you got these dudes that show up or whatnot to these sting houses, and they got condoms with them. They got beer, wine. Some of them bring coke. You feel me? Like, they bringing drugs to come hang out with these kids just to see, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody walk out the kitchen or the bathroom like, hey, like, Chris Hansen, have a seat. Have a seat. So what are you doing here today? So what are you doing here? And I guarantee, like, a lot of the people that come in the chat hating and mad that we talking about this is some of the same people that you'll probably see on these shows eventually. You feel me? And we'll be right there to ridicule you. You feel me? To talk shit about you and all that. You feel me? We'll be right there, front row seat to shame your fucking ass. Okay? But like I was saying, like, 2025, like, This is still going on. This is really a sickness. It's always going to be going on. You feel me? It's not going to stop. But what we can do is put the word out there and put these people, like, you know what I'm saying, on fucking blast so that they know, like there's consequences that come with this. You feel me? You're not about to just get away with this. Some of these people are out here right now getting away with it. You got these people that, like I see on these YouTube shows a lot of times, they get caught, and in the midst of them like flirting with these children in order to make them comfortable, like they start confessing to the fact that they've done this to multiple children, sending videos and stuff like that of them violating children. Imagine these people that are handlers that are just trying to get these children into a ring that the pred catchers could have possibly stopped. That's why I'm thankful for that line of work. And it takes a lot of bravery, because you never know these people's intention. Because once these people get exposed, a lot of times you see freaking business owners, you see executives, all the way down to the low lives and, you know what I'm saying, homeless people or whatnot that get caught up in these things. But a lot of times these people, they have a lot to lose. And once they're caught, they feel like it's over. So yeah, it does take a lot of bravery to go out there and to be able to do that. You feel me? Nah, public shame definitely works. Because these people are people that they're used to creeping in the crevices. You feel me? They're used to sneaking around and getting away with what they're doing. So when we put them on Front Street and when we let them know that we see you for who you are and we ready to whoop your ass if necessary, that's what they need. Now, mind you, like if you go on Twitter, you'll see like a whole different world of pred catchers. Like these dudes, on YouTube mostly, you'll see like the professional ones that they set up the sting operation professionally or whatnot. They have security there and everything to protect the decoys. But afterwards or whatnot, they're also in communication with the local police. So afterwards, it's up to the police from there. I mean, sometimes they get locked up, just depending on the state, county that they're in or whatnot. It differs wherever you're at or whatever. Some of these places are so lax, they just let the people go. Some of the places are so lax that they say like, oh, well, there was no real victim. So what about the intent, stupid? That's what I'll be looking like when the police just let these dudes go. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think he's not going to do it again? What about the intent? He intended to do this. But if you go on Twitter, like on Twitter, they're not going to play with you. On Twitter, like I watched one pred catch where like, They seen the dude, they asked him, they was like, oh, you here to meet the little 13-year-old girl? He said, nah, they slapped the shit out of him. Slapped the shit out of him. And then they said, you gonna start telling the truth? He started lying again. They slapped the shit out of him again. Then they fuck around and picked him up and threw his ass in the bushes. Salute, Sonia. I'm glad to see my people in the building. Miss Ladybug, salute. Louise, I see you. Diddy victims were not represented alone. What you saw. What about the kids and baby sacrifices? What about them? And that's something that a lot of these Diddy defenders, they don't even realize about Diddy. They don't even realize like how deep this fucking demonic shit goes. They look at the charges and they're like, oh, it's a weak case. Oh, he flew prostitutes over state lines. That's not even, listen, like Schmeck's trafficking with Diddy goes so much deeper than that. That's just what they charged them with. But you got to also think this is the feds, the federal government, the same people that are protecting Epstein and the client list. Don't you think it's odd that they didn't mention kids at all? They didn't even mention the little white girl, Ava Smith, that Diddy supposedly adopted. She didn't even come up. Her absence wasn't even questioned. His other daughters were there. Why wasn't she? It just goes to show you like how these people, they don't even see this as something like an importance. They don't see it as a topic of importance at all. She wasn't there. They didn't bring up kids at all, knowing that this man is known for this. There's been multiple sightings of him with children that are extremely underaged. And nobody asks about it. It just gets swept under the rug, as if it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, salute Louisa. I appreciate you being consistent. Yeah, when you start talking about certain things on here, they'll block your comments. They'll remove them. Let me make sure you're a moderator as well. But yeah, they remove certain comments or whatnot because they don't like some of these topics being talked about. That's why a lot of times I got to talk about it on live. You feel me? Before it can be removed. Yeah, no, JayZ for sure, Kaylin, for sure. No, JayZ is next. He's next on the chopping block. Right now, JayZ has been like he's been getting off by the skin of his teeth. You feel me? Like he's already had accusations with the 14-year-old girl, him and Diddy. All of a sudden, magically, the case disappears. You feel me? Something's gonna stick eventually. Cause JayZ is in on it too, and like people don't realize like a lot of this is like sacrificial. You feel me? A lot of these people, they're taking advantage of these kids because they think that they gain some sort of power from it. These are like, you know what I'm saying, the same way like back in the day, these different cultures would make sacrifices to pagan gods. That's the same thing that they're doing to the devil. They're offering up, like, you know what I'm saying, like their bodies and the bodies of others, especially children, to get recognition and to get their dreams and wishes granted by Satan himself. But of course, that's not something they're going to be able to take them to trial for or whatever. And the way they acting about this Epstein stuff, I don't ever see them bringing it up at all. You feel me? Which is crazy. There's so much uncovering going on. Holiday start. And the sad thing is they give us like little portions of the truth. They give us just enough to satisfy the people, you know? It's never like the whole truth. It's like, okay, breaking news. We found 60,000 children here in Florida. Wow. And it's like, okay, great. I'm glad that y'all were willing to release those children back to their homes so they can get back to their families. But what about all the fucking hundreds of thousands more that y'all already know about that are in rings right now? Why don't you just release all of them? Is it beyond your power? Is it Israel that's telling you not to release them? Like, come on. We got a weirdo in the chat that just came over here to comment monkey and put a monkey face. Salute to you, faceless YouTube channel. Nobody talking about the 34 children went missing in the DMV area recently. And that's insane. I didn't even know about that. That's insane. How does that happen? 34 children? That's like a whole school bus of kids that just went missing. How? How? But they don't want to talk about these rings as if they don't exist. As if they don't exist when we all know that they do. Over 1 million children, like over 1 million children in the United States alone go missing every year. And what are we supposed to just chalk it up to? What, runaways? No. Only like 10% of them are runaways, and usually the runaways are recovered. Because like we talked about last stream, y'all know how it is when you're a rebellious kid, teenager, whatever, 10-10 salute. You might run away, but eventually you coming back because you a kid. You ain't got it all figured out. You a kid. These kids are being kidnapped and sold into slavery, we'll say, for YouTube's sake. Sold into schmex rings. You feel me? That they don't want to talk about because they're making too much money on them. Y'all don't want to like y'all will give people a hard time about legalizing weed, but you pretty much made that legal. To kidnap and put these people away, you got children, defenseless, that can't fend for themselves. And you're taking advantage of them, especially migrant children, undocumented children, and you're taking advantage of them. Texas is amongst like Texas is a huge state already as it is, you know, but Texas is like the numbers of children that go missing in Texas every year alone is insane. Absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm thankful for these predator catchers. I'm thankful. Like, shit, I want to do one day too, and set one of these fools up. I just got to control my temper because I'm gonna want to beat their ass, like the ones on Twitter when they see them. Because as soon as they start lying, that would piss me off. Like, yo, we got the chat log, right? It'd be crazy. Like, they'd be like, I don't even know Emily. They'd be like, so if I call your phone right now, it's not gonna ring. They'd be like, nah. Then as soon as they call it, the ringtone goes off. It's like, bro, like, you fucking idiot. That shit made me want to kick them in their fucking face. Like, like, come on, son. Like, you a grown ass person coming out here to meet a child. The fuck is wrong with you? But if you have money, if you're a billionaire, if you can, or if you're of royalty or something like that, you can be on these lists. You can visit Epstein's Island. You can have your pics with young girls and young boys, and these people will just make it seem like it never happened. When people bring it up and try to shame you for it, or try to see that you're charged and brought to justice, they'll make it seem like it never happened. Like you crazy. Like you don't know what the hell you talking about. Right. The conversation is too hard for some. Oh yeah, Ratatouille. Yeah, I heard similar. But it's not surprising. Look at his personality type or whatnot. He's already an abuser of women or whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Like, I mean, if that's true, wow, is all I got to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a special place in hell for people like him. I have the body cam footage. Do you? Well, if you do, you know how to get in contact with me. At Reek Ruger 100 on IG. At Reek Ruger on Twitter. If you got that, let me know. We'll chop it up. The same boat I just made it. Yeah. Salute. We reading the chat. Nah, Louisa, for sure. I thank you for bringing some of them home, because we are thankful for the ones that do make it home. It just always makes me think, like, there's so much more that you know about, that it's like, come on, stop playing with us. Stop spoon feeding us. Give us all of the children. But I don't know, like, when it comes to President Trump and him acting funny about the Epstein list, it just makes me think, like, bro, like, what do they have on you, bro? What do they have on you? Like, are you in fear for your life? Like, is something gonna happen to your family if you give these secrets up? Because you made it pretty clear that was gonna be one of the big things that you wanted to do, is release these files when you wanted people to vote for you, right? But guess what? You in office now, so what's up? Double tap the like button, you heard? I just think it's sad. It's sad as hell. I'll be searching high and low for the body cam footage of that dude, man. That dude is a mess. Just imagine, like, being a 40-year-old man, mid-40s, and this is the type of, like, this is the type of man that you become. Like, it's sad as fuck. That man is like in his mid-40s, Ratatouille. And you're known as a woman beater. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're known as an essayer. And then now people are bringing up allegations that you might even be a pred. That's a sad life. Like, just imagine, like, when you die, people, what will they have to say good about you? You had a YouTube channel? Like, damn, like, what did you do with it? Because that's what I told y'all from the beginning. Like, yeah, like, I love having a platform. I love getting on here and I love being able to speak to y'all. But it's all about what you do with your voice. When you have a voice, when you have influence, if you use it the wrong way, God will punish you for that. Gamma Rose, salute. Also, now the brother says it is murder in the beginning. He said he wasn't sure it was homicide at that point. He was considering as unaliving. The videos I sent you will explain better. Okay, bet. I haven't been on IG in a few days. I have to check that out. Yeah, nah, he's definitely trifling. Definitely trifling. But and one thing I wanted to correct, ladies, step forward. All the ladies in the chat, I need y'all to come to the front. One thing that we need to correct, somebody told me that he told one of the biggest lies the other day and said that he had the most beautiful woman on YouTube in his chat. Drop a heart, drop a diamond, drop something in the chat right now to let me know that he's full of shit, because we got the most beautiful women on YouTube in the chat, okay? Let me know. Because I'm letting y'all know he's full of shit. Don't no beautiful woman want to follow nobody that's accused of SA and women beating. Like, come on, get out of here, bro. Ratatouille. And I heard that people been dropping the rats in the chat too, and you've been deleting them. Yeah, because we got the most beautiful women over here. You know what I'm saying? That dude full of lies. That's all he do is lie. This lady first said, please. Kayn Jackson, she not hearing that. She is not hearing that. We got him over here. That's why the fellas pull up all the time too, because they want to be around some beautiful ladies. Smell a rat. It's no rat too. Salute to y'all. We got a blog dropping in a few minutes. About a little bit after 11. We scheduled it for 11:11, just to dive more into like the Epstein topic. And I wanted to pose the question. Gamma actually brought this question to my attention the other day when she sent the video to me, which was, who was the hooded man in the footage? Jules Gaming Lounge in the building, salute. Who was the hooded man in the footage? That is a question that is very perplexing. It's like, y'all made all these edits in the footage, but why didn't y'all edit that out? Because that just looks strange, because the hooded man, when we looked in the footage, it wasn't an officer. They didn't have on like uniform or nothing like that. Prophet in the building, salute. They didn't have on uniform or anything like that. So it just kind of makes me think, like, who was this man or woman? And what were they doing entering Jeffrey Epstein's cell block that night? Everybody else, they look like they had something going on, some position to play, whatever the case may be. But this strange hooded man, I don't get it. What were they doing there? I don't understand. And I want y'all to help me break this down or whatnot. We will, y'all know me, you know what I'm saying? We will be doing a little AI storytelling in the video or whatnot. So always believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Remember, okay? But the AI generation is just to pose the question of actual events as to what happened or whatnot. Why was that hooded man there? What was their mission? Is it just like, you know what I'm saying? Was this an officer that was cold? Because nobody else was wearing a hoodie. They were all in uniform. Was it a plant? Was it Epstein? I need y'all to help me figure that one out. You feel me? Because, oh, salute. Yeah, my Cash App is $BLEU, like blue spelled the French way, Ruger, RUGER. Salute to anybody that wants to give donations. We don't charge anybody to be here. We're always happy to have you here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and please double tap the screen. You know what I'm saying? Once you pull that Cash App up, it'll say Blue Ruger. And I appreciate that, Sonya. D-Man Sammy in the building. Who was the hooded man in the video? And why were minutes of the video missing? Because for those of y'all that do editing, because a lot of y'all in the chat have YouTube channels as well. And y'all know how editing sucks. Editing, let's just say editing sucks. That's probably like the worst part of making the content or whatever. But it's you know what I'm saying, a much needed part because it can add to the content or whatever. But when you're editing, you know what it looks like when there's been a cut. When a cut has been made or a transition is somewhere where it's not supposed to be, you can recognize it. Unless somebody is very good at what they do. And apparently the person that put this footage together on the DOJ website, they weren't good at it. You can even see like in the top corner of the screen, like the editing tool where it's like, you know what I'm saying, the play button, the pause button around 11:58 to 12 midnight when that minute is missing. So it's like, what are y'all trying to pull here? And if so, like, why'd you make it so damn obvious? Did you think we were that dumb? Like we just like, you know what I'm saying, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over here? Like what the hell? Supposedly everybody was asleep and everything throughout the whole night. They never did any checks on them, which is another video that I sent to you to check out. Why is this man in there and the guards not? And that's what I'm saying. Like everything seemed to play right into the narrative, you feel me, of him dying that night or that morning. Everything just seemed to go just the way they wanted it to. All the guards were asleep. We seen like at least 3 or 4 guards walking around throughout the night. Everybody was asleep at the same time. No checks were being made. Where they're supposed to check in prison at least once an hour. They're supposed to go around with their books and check every cell to make sure that everybody's alive. At least they need to make sure they can see chest movements. You feel me? Chest rises and chest drops. They need to make sure that you're still living. Why didn't they do that for Epstein? Why, after Epstein died, why did the official medical examiner say that it was due to self-harm and him unaliving himself, but then the brother hired a private autopsy and got a private medical examiner that said that it was clear that it looked like strangulation? Why would these two autopsy reports be so different? Why are people saying they cited Jeffrey Epstein on his island? It's too much inconsistencies here. You feel me? It's too much inconsistencies. Hold on. Is that Popeyes in the background? Yeah. Attention to detail. Because they wanted him outed. There's a trash can and a bag on the corner that disappear and then reappear again within seconds of the place. That's a fact. That's a fact. Also, while I got y'all in here, I do want to remind y'all tonight, this evening actually, around 4:30 p.m., we're going to be doing our first ever broken mic. Think open mic, but we're going to call it broken mic. And this is for all of the silence breakers out there. For everybody that has a story, you're all invited. Anybody that wants to come and share or whatnot, a struggle that you've been through, something you've overcome and something you survived, the mic is open to you. Join us for our first ever broken mic at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I look forward to having a good time. And let this be healing for you, because some people, y'all are walking around with things that you really need to release. And a lot of you have stories that are so powerful, and I've talked to some of you like on the side that y'all have told me some stories, and I'm like, yo, you don't realize how many lives you can change with this story, from telling people where you were then to where you are now. So please, I do encourage you to participate, you feel me, like in our broken mic, just because I know, like, not only is it something that can heal you internally, it's something that can help heal more people than you would actually know. Okay? Kayn Jackson, I look forward to hearing your story. I just don't want to call crying, but I love this you're doing. Yeah, and that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the Broken Mic series. And I want to do it at least once a week, you know? We'll probably do it somewhere between Monday and Tuesday afternoons. That way we can give people a chance to actually take the mic, you know, and tell something that they probably wouldn't be able to tell people normally or whatnot. But you don't know like how much your story can touch somebody else. Your story can probably save somebody's life for real. And you'll never know. But when you come and you listen to other people tell, because some people might not feel comfortable at first, and I get that. I completely understand that. But I encourage you, if you can't make it, watch the playback. Watch the playback, and you might just get inspired. Okay? My pop's a deadbeat. What you think about that? I think that's terrible, you heard? I think that's terrible. I hope that y'all are able to mend your relationship. Salute. That's a fact. And over here, I'm coming up with a name for our community. I need y'all help. Over here, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm debating between the Ruger Army, Silence Breakers, Survivors Truth. We're going to come up with something. It's going to be fly. It's going to be something that represents all of us. But yeah, these prayer catchers nowadays, salute to them. I appreciate the work they're doing, because it's a lot of work that still needs to be done. These people need to be outed or whatnot, because these sting operations, even though they might be decoys and not real little girls or real little boys, they're preventing that real little girl or real little boy from being violated. Because some of these kids, they get into these different sectors of the internet, which is dangerous as hell nowadays. Draven D, salute. Salute. And that's what we try to do over here. Yeah, sometimes we dive into the toxicity. You feel me? Those of you that have been rocking with me for a while, y'all already know Reek Ruger, you know what I'm saying, as the battle rapper. And I do have a battle rap event coming up this Saturday. It's going to be a virtual event, so I will be posting a flyer and showing y'all how y'all can be a part of it. Okay? It's called Smack Talk. That's the name of the card. I'm going to be battling a dude named Gullah JB. You feel me? I'm going to have to take out some anger, some aggression. You feel me? So yeah, we do get into a little toxicity, but then that's when we come right back over here to home field and we get back on a positivity. Okay? Damn, great minds think alike. I've been working on getting the name for the community on my channel too. Salute, bro. And I see what you're doing there over on your channel, JayZ, and I respect it, bro. I've been talking behind the scenes about you, just telling people JayZ know what he doing. Smack Talk, 702 Smooth. Yeah. Nah. It gets a lot toxic. It gets a lot toxic, yo. I left my 13 and 10-year-old daughters watch those stings and let it be. Yeah. And that's important. That's important because sometimes like kids, they get caught up like talking to these online friends or whatnot. And sometimes they get caught up in the personas that people portray, not knowing that behind this Hello Kitty profile might be a grown-ass man, you know? Or behind this SpongeBob profile might be a grown-ass man or woman pretending to be a kid to allure them or whatnot. Yeah, it's crazy. You'll be talking to Sandy Cheeks 910, and it'd be a grown-ass man. It is sickening. It is, but that's how these guys think. They try to act like children. Like it'd be somebody behind what's the cartoon name with the pig? Peppa Pig. It'd be somebody with a Peppa Pig profile. He'd be a grown ass man trying to lure a kid. That's why I like I like going on YouTube to see the prayer catchers. And after this, if you haven't seen them, all you gotta do is go on either Twitter and type in prayer catch, like PRED catch, and then or YouTube and do the same thing. On YouTube, you know, YouTube's policies are strict. So you're gonna see more of the professionalism, and you're gonna see like prayer catches that actually lead to police getting involved or whatnot, and these people being arrested, which is what I advise. You feel me? These people need to be arrested or whatnot. You feel me? Because once you start putting your hands on them and stuff like that, that kind of takes away from like the validity of it when you try to get the police involved or whatever, because now you're going to be looking at charges and they're going to be looking at charges. Not only they're going to be looking at charges for like solicitation and stuff like and loot like acts with minors. But now you're gonna be looking at some assault charges, so y'all both probably gonna be going to jail or whatever. But if you want to look and see like some of these preds get caught in real time in 4K, go on YouTube and type in pred catchers. Some of my favorite ones to watch is Gideon Skeeter. Pause. I don't know why the guy calls himself Skeeter Gene. This is what I'm talking about the comedic value they try to add to it. Like, a lot of these dudes are corny as hell. A lot of these dudes are corny as hell, but the work they do is excellent. You feel me? I love it. They're corny. They're corny as hell, but it's corny in a funny way or whatever. Like, it's always weird when this Skeeter Gene dude at the end of the pred catch, when the police are getting ready to lock the pred up, he tells them, he says, my name is Skeeter Hansen, and you just got skeeted in real time. I'll be like, bro, shut the hell up. Then the dude Gideon, his fucking catch line is like, I think his catch line is like, he just uses like the Kendrick Lamar shit. He just be like, he just like, you didn't think it was probably a minor. But they all got their own like slogans and stuff like that or whatever. Go look them up, subscribe to their channels. They do good work. But if you want to see one of these preds get their ass whooped, then go over there to Twitter. You go over there to Twitter, you're going to watch these preds get hands and feet put on them. But I'm not going to lie. Like, I seen one where like some of these dudes, like they be real cocky or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll run up on these preds, like, you know what I'm saying, just thinking like they tougher than everybody. Man, I seen this one pred that the pred had hands. The pred had hands. The white dude ran up on him trying to box him or whatever, bro. The pred was giving it to him, bro. The pred had that dude on the ground, bro. He had him in a position, you know what I'm saying, he on top of him, pounding him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, fuck. I'm like, damn, bro, you should just call the police. I bet after that he was like, man, I should just call the cops. The prayer been fucking him up. I was like, oh shit, you should be embarrassed as hell. Then his homeboys was making fun of him afterwards. They was like, damn, you got beat up by a prayer, bro. I'm like, damn. I seen that. You talking about that? Oh yeah. Nah, facts. Facts, yeah. Oh, bro, they don't be playing, bro. They don't be playing. Yeah, that one pred in Walmart, it was like a Mexican dude. The Mexican dude had hands, yo. The Mexican dude wasn't going for that shit. Nah, we shouldn't be laughing at this or whatever. Like, preds do deserve to get their ass whooped, but let's get them locked up. You know what I'm saying? Get them locked up and then let them get their ass whooped in jail. You feel me? Don't be trying to do all that in Walmart. These dudes be wilding. But I think the dads against preds, I think one of their signature moves is like they slap them and then they throw them in the bushes when they be outside. They be lifting these dudes off their feet and throwing their ass in the bushes. I be like, yeah. But that's the consequences of what you're doing. Stop doing that. Like, for real, like, you over here, like, trying to meet up with young boys and girls, and then when you get slapped like them, don't cry now. Don't cry now. You know what I'm saying? When the tables turn and they not in your favor, do not cry now. Because you wouldn't be crying if that little boy or little girl was real and things went the way you planned, you wouldn't be crying. So don't cry now. You feel me? A lot of these prayers, when the police get there, that's when Ruger's Corner. I do like that. A lot of these prayers, when the police get there, like these dudes, they start crying. And don't cry now, bro. I don't have no sympathy for you. Don't cry now, okay? A lot of these dudes be going like mad far too. Hit the like button on your way in. A lot of these dudes drive like 2-3 hours. You got mad time to think about what you're doing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm lonely. A lot of these dudes be having wives and shit. They be like, the one dude, his wife was disabled. And I'm like, yo, that's mad messed up. That's messed up, bro. Your wife is disabled and stuff, and you over here, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get with a minor. And the girl be like, you know what I'm saying, like 12, 13, like, come on, son. It's for real. Yeah, like Shay B said, you wasn't crying when you were being trifling with the children. Facts. Sonya, you got it. Catch for, yeah, facts. There was a battle rapper named Nodik the Boss. He changed it to Nito. He does Pops. Oh, wow. I gotta look into that. That's interesting, yo. Salute, salute. I appreciate y'all coming in here and spending time with your boy. Like I said, we got one by the drop. Matter of fact, I think it just dropped or whatever. So after this, go check that blog out I just dropped on Epstein or whatnot. We wanted to see, I titled it, Who Opened Epstein's Cell? Who was the hooded figure? Y'all go check that out. Until later, when we do this broken mic, hopefully I see most of y'all there, okay? Hopefully I see most of y'all there. I'm interested in hearing y'all stories. And I'm opening the floor for you. But until next time, it's your boy Reek Ruger. Ruger Pop and who can stop you, heard?